Hello children, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing really well. Today we are going to learn how does a computer work. Okay, so let's get started our chapter working of computer. Chapter profile, IPO cycle, IPO device, and how does a computer work. Brain boosting. Do you help your parents in their work? Look at these pictures and give a star to the good child. Okay, so two pictures are given over here. You have to tell that you have to give a star that which is a good child. Okay, we have already learned that a computer is an electronic device which processes instructions given by us. Let us learn the working of a computer. Okay, so children, we already know that computer runs with electricity. It runs on electricity, right? Because it is an electronic device. Okay. First, IPO cycle. When we hear a question with an ear, the input is received by the brain and the brain processes it. Then it orders the mouth to speak and the final answer. Therefore, our ears act as input unit, okay, because our ear taking sound, okay, so that's why our ear is an input device, okay. The brain acts as a processing unit and the mouth acts as an output device, okay. Because we are speaking through our mouth, that's why our mouth is an output device. Almost all the systems and the machines that we find around us work in the same way. They accept some input. These inputs are processed in a specific manner to produce some output. Okay, so most of the machines we see around us, all of these need some kind of input, okay, to work. For example, we take oranges, put them in the juicer, switch it on, and finally we get orange juice. And orange juice is what? Orange juice is the output, okay. So here it is, oranges are input, then processing is happening in the mixture, juicer, and then juice is the output, okay. Some other examples of the IPO cycle are, IPO cycle to make fridge ice, okay. So glass of water is input, then processing is happening inside the refrigerator, that is fridge, and then we get ice, which is output, okay. IPO cycle to make clay models. Clay is input, then child playing with clay. We make, different kinds of shapes with the help of, with clay. So the process where we are making different products or different shapes, that is processing. And finally, output, toys made with clay, okay. IPO device. Let us discuss the following device which works on the principle of the IPO cycle. Number one, calculator. A calculator is used to perform calculations. We type some digits and mention the mathematical operation, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. as inputs. Then the calculator processes and gives you some digits after processing as output. Sometimes we need to do some kind of calculations, that is addition or subtraction. So we take the help of the calculator. Okay, so the number we type, that is the input, and after processing, the calculator gives the result, which is the output. Okay, adding two numbers. Number one, input, two numbers to be added are given to the calculator. To process, the process of the addition operation is performed on these two numbers. 3, output, the result is displayed on the screen. For example, have a look. Input is 3 plus 2, process 3 plus 2 equals 2, and output is 5 because 3 plus 2 is 5, okay. Now, how does a computer work? A computer cannot work on its own. We enter data or instructions into the computer. This data or instruction is called input, okay. So, input is nothing but the data or instructions we give to the computer. The computer then works upon this data as per the instructions given by the user. This is called processing, okay. So, whatever instructions the user will give, computer will perform accordingly, okay. After processing, the computer gives us the result which is displayed on the monitor. So, this result is known as the output. So, the function of a computer is to take the input, process it, and give us the output. Thus, a computer follows a cycle. This cycle is known as the input, process, output cycle, or you can say IPO cycle, okay. So, always remember that the computer follows this cycle, that is input, process, output, okay. So, input we give with the help of keyboard, that is data and instructions. Then process as per instructions, and output is the information. Okay, crisscross time, you have to rearrange these letters so that you get meaningful words. Okay, revision time. The IPO cycle is a short form of the input process output cycle. The IPO cycle comprises mainly three elements: input, process, and output. A calculator is used to perform calculations. The computer takes input, does processing on it, and then gives output. So children, here comes the end of this chapter, and keep doing practice of the exercise of this chapter.